line ho, uyu line lelo mwana mene, mwana wanzeru, line ho,
line ho, uyu line lelo mwana mene, mwana wanzeru, ukacha mama wa amatengazaje, kusesa bakomo pamaiwaje.
Ukacha mama
Early morning
amatengazaje,
kusesa bakomo pamaiwaje.
Magolo
aline
amuya mikira,
akuti line lelo mwana mene, mwana wanzeru.
magolo aline amuya mikira,
akuti line lelo mwana mene, mwana wanzeru. Line ho, uyu line lelo mwana mene, mwana wanzeru.
Line
ho, uyu line lelo mwana mene, mwana wanzeru.
agire gogo wana madingo, gamu ya mikira, kuti na madingo mwana mene, mwana wanzeru. Agire gogo wana madingo, gamu ya mikira,
kuti na madingo mwana mene,
mwana wanzeru.
simuku na magogo,
Kawizina
ni malota ine, bambo wanga tandisi enda
salandeka. Kawizina
mwe ni malota ine, bambo wanga tamwali enda
salandeka. Gondo mama, gondo une mama mwe, gondo mama chalamanda
tafera moenda we. Gondo mama, gondo une mama mwe, gondo mama chalamanda tafera moenda we.
About this because I think that is something that Nigerians need to begin to take a second look at. The idea is that a young friend of mine came to my house after about 7 years of not seeing him. He had come to meet with his brother who was in from the UK and was staying with me. And he was quite brilliant when he was in secondary school. He was a very young chap. So I expected him back. Okay, by now this guy will be in university or graduated or something. So he said he was a cab driver and he came to raise money from his brother to get a new engine for his cab. So I said, "You're a cab driver? What happened? You were smart, you were intelligent, you had something going way back. You were doing well in school." He said, "Well, he wanted to study law and he never could pass English. He could pass about 3 or 4 other subjects, including economics, government, and some other, but he couldn't pass English." I said, so I started thinking to myself, this guy could not pass English language. What language did he use to pass the other 4 subjects? First of all, because he passed economics, he passed government, and some other subject like that. If he used English language to pass those subjects, and he could not use English language to pass English language, then something is fundamentally wrong. Then I said to myself, okay, it means when the examiner is testing him, is marking his paper, it means the examiner is not testing the use of English. He must be testing the technicality of English. Meaning that no matter how well he can speak, if he cannot tell the difference between a phrase and a clause, or a pronoun and an adjective, he will not pass. The next question would then be, what is the goal or the objective of lingua franca? Is it communication or sophistication?
We are getting warm now. We are just getting warm now. We're coming.
Because, excuse me, if it is communication, our friend can communicate enough to pass for other subjects. So it means that this guy he can communicate all he wants. If he doesn't meet the standards of technicality, then he cannot pass this subject. Now, those who sat down together to say that we need a lingua franca, what was their goal? It was supposed to be an idea that binds us together and that allows us in a way to manage our diversity with the fact that we have different people with different languages all over the nation. So, which is a beautiful thing, really. But how can we find one thing that all of us can have confidence in, so that when we speak anywhere, we can be fine? It can't be that we want to meet a kind of standard that will define our superiority, because the Chinese does not need to master another man's English. And when you go to the United Nations, you see people who can speak English refusing to speak English, insisting on speaking their mother tongue. And the United Nations will use our own money to pay for interpreters and all of that will help everybody to understand what they are saying. The Chinese will say, tun, 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 I don't agree. You can't say, no, you must speak English. Because globally, there is no language that is a standard or a determinant of progress. So that is critical. Now, here, English language is fantastic. There's nothing wrong with it. And I'm not saying we should take it away. I am saying that it is overrated. English language should not be a determinant of progress in our own country. It is not our fault. I'm speaking to you guys, right? It is not our fault that we have our language. If you can't say church, you can't even marry the girl of your dreams. Because if you go to a house on Sunday and you say, we are going to church, and your daddy, the father of the girl says, where are you guys going? Say, we are going to church. That's the end. I mean, he will just call his girlfriend, his daughter, and say, you've not found your husband though. Except the father is also a church speaking father.
Where church has met church. And their church is
so by sympathetic resonance.
Okay,
they agree.
Okay, great.
But the idea is that we really have to take a second look at this. Because if I cannot say church and I say church, it's not a proof of my intelligence. It does not define the strength of my character. It does not show the credibility of my decency. And so the people who observe me must have another kind of education that allows them to move beyond the limits of container, which is what the tongue can do. The tongue, your body, my suit, and everything I'm wearing right now is a container. My true content is the content of my character. And that has nothing to do with the way I speak. Now, this is the challenge. The guys in China, the guys in Japan, the guys in America, in England, in Germany, in France, they have learned 4 subjects in their native language. That's important. They've learned physics, chemistry, biology, and mathematics. Those 4 subjects make everything that is in this room. Physics, chemistry, biology, maths made your suit, your computer, your watch, everything in this room. Everything in the world, they made it. Every other subject is either selling what they make, distributing it, protecting it, or doing something. Now, the idea is that because they learned those subjects in their native languages, I believe it aided comprehension. Look, why are the richest nations in the world, the first world countries in the world, why are these nations all speaking their native languages? It's just food for thought. Why is it that lingua franca only exists in third world nations and nations that have been colonized? Is it not looking more and more like an agenda to keep us small? Because every time you ignore the gift of nature, you embrace another inferior fabric that in itself is artificial and cannot define your originality, your authenticity, and your strength. So, If there is a way that you can learn your subjects in your language, I'm telling you, you will do better. You will comprehend better. Now you then ask me, so how do we communicate nationally? How do we talk to the guys in Kano and the guys in the East and the guys everywhere?
Exactly, because you are preempting my question. Because here I am looking at you like, I was about to say that two things. So what is your suggestion now that I speak Yoruba now on this program? And it's ironic because you are actually speaking the English.
Yes.
And the intensity of the English is making these creatures clap. I love you all. And they are all clapping. So so what is do we see a bit of an irony here? Is that like a logical question to ask? So how do I communicate with?
Yes. First of all, I would like to say that I don't have a problem with English language. We have accepted it for over 50 years now. There's nothing we can do about that. What I'm saying is, let us check it and put it in perspective, such that we can find a way to communicate, probably using the same language, but not hindering us from progressing. Because you can't even get a good job if you don't speak this language very well. And what is this language? This is a language that is artificial to you. Your nature is what is natural to you. And so I should judge you if you cannot speak Yoruba very well, or you cannot speak Igbo very well. Now, pidgin is not an embarrassment. Pidgin is the proof. Pidgin is the proof of a people's struggle with an original language. So there's pidgin French, there's pidgin English, there's pidgin Yoruba. Most of the Yoruba you speak is pidgin. There's pidgin Igbo. Pidgin is proof of a people's struggle with an original language. So there's pidgin in every language. Clemens Westhoff is supposed to be the Super Eagles' most successful coach. Meanwhile, Super Eagles is the only team in the world. I hope you know. Okay. So this Clemens Westhoff was a Dutchman. He came to Nigeria, spent some time here, won probably every competition, took us to the World Cup for the first time. But how does he speak? Tomorrow we play, Yakin is score, we win. That's how he talks. When he's training, ball, move. That's how he talks. He never shared one correct grammar in all his years in Nigeria and after he left Nigeria and before he came to Nigeria. Are we on the same page? Yeah. But he was understood by his players. He won matches and did great stuff for the country, isn't it? But nobody complained. When he's talking to the media, he's always shelling. There's no day Clemens Westhoff does not share. Tomorrow we play Kenya, we win score. That's how he talks. I'm come tomorrow from Nairobi, we go camp. That's how he talks. All right? But you understand that he's not an Englishman. You understand that he's Dutch. But I doubt if that's what you really understand. I think what you understood really is that he's white. And because he's white, you can forgive that imbalance. Because Shino Peter said, I wish you soonest recover. Some years ago. It took him time to recover from that error.
A long time.
The media finished him. Everywhere. If I get here and I say, thank you for bringing me here, that can be the end of the show. You guys can just say, who is this blast from the past? Who brought this guy here? You know, and that has nothing to do with the strength of my character. And even a lady will judge me. Even a lady will judge me with my struggle with that particular grammar. And I could be the best guy in town in terms of kindness, love, because how well I can speak this grammar does not communicate the strength of how I'm able to love a woman. Okay,
Mr. Shomyo, great stuff. I've heard you. If I leave you to go on and on, we'll spend all night here. So it's not a question. Please bring all this to dovetail somewhere,
yes,
so that we can end this segment.
Fantastic.
Because there are parts of this stuff you haven't spoken about.
Correct.
There was a part you spoke about when the white people came to Africa for the first time, and I absolutely love. See, we have to bring him back. Yes. Yeah. I think I'll dedicate one whole show to you. So please just help me bring this to a culmination.
Yes, I'll do that excellently. I think that the way forward will be that I want everyone here. First of all, I'm going to give everyone seated a free subscription to my magazine called Thought Revolution. And I want everyone in the audience and everybody watching the show right now to visit trnation.com. T for toy, R for rabbit, nation.com.
Hello to our viewers around the world. My name is Anthony Afalo on NABNTV. Here is our editorial for the week. I credit our word of knowledge today to Simon Oladapo. Here is a word of knowledge that you can cash in as we reflect on yesterday and what persists in our world today. There are basically two economies in the world, and every nation on the face of the earth fall under either of them. These are the knowledge economy and the religion economy. The rich and prosperous nations of the world belong to the knowledge economy, while the poorest and poverty-stricken nations of the world belong to the religion economy. The knowledge economy is one that engages the brain, asks questions, relevant questions, and prefers solutions to problems. The religion economy is one that blackmails God and dumps every responsibility on him. The knowledge economy tasks the brain, while the religion economy numbs the brain. Japan, for instance, is a knowledge economy. It has no natural resources, but it is a prosperous nation and one of the richest on the planet. At least 6 of every 10 cars on Africa's road today are Japanese made. Japan is not a religious economy, but it is one of the most corrupt free nations. China, on the other hand, is not a religious economy, but nations that ignore China does so at their own peril. African countries fall under the category of religion economy. More so than others, African countries are endowed with the majority of the natural resources on the face of the earth, yet also among the poorest. Africa wears proudly the badge of the poverty capital of the world, with endless corruption. It is also one of the most religious continents on the planet. God watches in disgust as we mortgage our brains. But here is the irony. The two major religions of the world, Christianity and Islam, emanated from Israel and Saudi Arabia, respectively. But none of those two nations fall under religion economy. None. One of the evidences of their subscription to knowledge economy is the yearly pilgrimages that generates for them revenues in billions of dollars. But hypocritically, some corrupt nations are comfortable disseminating nuisance to humanity with their globalization of religion economy. There's a reason he gave man brain and instructed him to subdue the earth. If you are a Christian or a Muslim who does not commit yourself to the pursuit of knowledge, your life will become a perfect reflection of some of these uninspired nations. That's a fact. It is an illusion to anticipate wisdom where people do not pay attention to knowledge. My name is Anthony Afalo. Visit our website on www.nabntv.com. Thanks for watching. Good luck. Be well.
èrò tíra dé ìwé ẹ bá mi kí bàbá mi. ààrẹ afẹ́ babalọ́lá aláṣẹ Agba yunifásitì ládó èkìtì. olówó orí ọkọ yìí ààrẹ mo dúpẹ́ ọlá. àná wa lọ́wọ́ má dẹ̀wọ̀ má dẹ̀tọ̀ gbọ́dọ̀ jẹ́rẹ́ ló. afẹ́ṣe gbígbọ́ lọ́rọ̀ mi ìbẹ́ni bá jẹ́ yẹ kójú ó tì. nígbà kan tí ò dúpẹ́ orí ajẹ́gbẹ̀mù yabara bóorí jẹ́. èjìká tí ò já ṣe jábọ́ ló jẹ́. yàtọ̀ sí gbọ́jẹ́ bàbá fún mi lẹ́sìtì ẹ̀ bá mi ni. bí òkan tànú ẹni Ọlọ́run bá rán sí mi níṣe ni lóore. ó jẹ́ kí iṣẹ́ orí kíkọ ó jẹ́ kó rọ mí lọ́rùn gidi gan ni. ó bú mi láti nothing ó sọ mí di something. láti zero ó sọ mí di hero. gẹ́gẹ́dẹ́ láti lóka ó fi mí sí international. ó wá dẹni tó gbayì láwùjọ mo dúpẹ́ tèmi. ó ṣoríire ọlọ́run kò ní sọ̀kalẹ̀. èèyàn lálò tá ràn ní lọ́wọ́. ẹlẹ́dàá mi dùgbàdùgbà tó gbágẹ́lì tèmi fún mi. nọ́mbà wà ṣá ló jẹ́ nínú áńgẹ́lì tọ́lọ́ rán sí mi. ààrẹ ṣe fọ́mọdé ó ṣe fàgbàlagbà. bó bá sunkún lọ bá fẹ́ ó ti ṣú ẹ̀rín wa bá jáde. Haúsá jẹ́ ń bẹ̀, Ìgbò jẹ́ ń bẹ̀, òyìnbó jẹ́ ń bẹ̀, àwọn aláwọ̀ funfun. Igi àràbàṣà ló jẹ́ ẹlẹ́yinjú àánú gbogbo wa. Òṣèṣe ní kò má ṣe lọ yan oníṣẹ́rú ẹ̀ kó má má pẹ́ láyé. Igi tó tọ́ ìpẹ́ nígbó ẹjẹ mẹ́sàn bẹ́ẹ̀ mọ́ a jẹ́ pé òwúlò ní. afẹ́yìn ó tọ́ ó dẹ̀ pẹ́ nígbó kọ́lọ́mbà àdábàbá sí fún ẹ ìgbàdùn ọdún kan. ọpẹ́ máa ló yẹ o. ọpẹ́ máa ló yẹ o. ọpẹ́ máa ló yẹ o. ọpẹ́ máa ló yẹ bàbí ààrẹ. ọpẹ́ máa ló yẹ o. ọpẹ́ máa ló yẹ o. Afẹ́ Babalọ́lá aláṣẹ Agbo Yunifásitì Ládé Èkìtì. ọpẹ́ máa ló yẹ o. ọpẹ́ máa ló yẹ o. ọmọ wọn ládùú òwúrì òbí abẹ́gbẹ̀rún ẹni ẹlẹ́ṣọ́rò. ọpẹ́ máa ló yẹ o. ọpẹ́ máa ló yẹ o. Amágàlà sábẹ́ aṣọ jẹ́ bàbí ọpẹ́ ló yẹ o. ọpẹ́ ńláńlá. ọpẹ́ máa ló yẹ o. ọmọ wọn ní Ìlọtí lódò Adó Èkìtì. ọpẹ́ máa ló yẹ o. ọpẹ́ máa ló yẹ o. ọmọ ọlọ́pẹ̀ kékeré bí kùsẹ̀kù wẹ̀lẹ̀ Ìlọtí lẹ́gbẹ̀gbẹ̀. ọpẹ́ máa ló yẹ o. ọpẹ́ máa ló yẹ o. àyìnlágbà bàbá ká má mà ní ti yeye ilé mọ́dà mi. ọpẹ́ máa ló yẹ o. ọpẹ́ máa ló yẹ o. ilẹ̀ pásítọ̀ gbogbo ọlá bàbá mi. ọpẹ́ máa ló yẹ o. ọpẹ́ máa ló yẹ o. pásítọ̀ dúgbà ṣe dúpọ̀ lọ́rọ̀ bí sátìsálẹ̀ lẹ́sàn. ọpẹ́ máa ló yẹ o. ọpẹ́ máa ló yẹ o. ilé ẹ̀gbọ́n mi táyé lórí ó máa dúpẹ́ tèmi. ọpẹ́ máa ló yẹ o. lọ́la abiyamọ gbọ̀jà gbọ̀rọ̀gbọ̀rọ̀.
ọpẹ́ máa ló yẹ ọpẹ́ máa ló yẹ
ẹ̀yin abiyamọ ayé abiyamọ ọ̀rú ẹ bá ń dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ ààrẹ Àfẹ́ Babalọ́lá.
ọpẹ́ máa ló yẹ
gbogbo fans Jẹ́gẹ́dẹ́ Ṣẹ̀kẹ̀rẹ̀ ó máa ra blood ẹ dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀.
ọpẹ́ máa ló yẹ ọpẹ́ máa ló yẹ
ó ṣe púpọ̀ lọ́rọ̀ bí ìbí bá dúpẹ́ orí.
ọpẹ́ máa ló yẹ ọpẹ́ máa ló yẹ
appreciation
ọpẹ́ máa ló yẹ ọpẹ́ máa ló yẹ
ọpẹ́ máa ló yẹ o bá mi ọpẹ́ máa ló yẹ o. Thank you.